and then Deputy Costello.
It's not really a question, it's more an observation, because Mr Mathews referred to experts and has referred to experts. And I think one thing this global financial debacle has shown is that there are no experts. There's only people, economists and academics with opinions. And I think that clearly that there's some people who are convinced. Regan and Watson came in here to give us a report. In that report, they said there was no good advice, or there was very little good advice out there. And of course, even I think it was Patrick Honohan indicated that the advice, contrarians were even late with their opinions. I'm just quoting just recalling what Patrick Honohan said. So I think this, when Mr Mathews refers to experts, I think it has to be very qualified. There are people with opinions and who have trained, but clearly, if all the experts if we were to listen to all the experts, I don't know where we'd be, because they've made bags of it at the moment, and those experts within the economists and financial experts like yourselves from your own profession, they've made bags of it, and they've ultimately they have not put their hands up, and they're unlikely to put their hands up. So that was it's not as much a question, but it's an observation.
So we'll come
important, Chairman. This is very important. The experts who were the experts who were listened to. The experts.
Excuse me, I am not going to having an argument.
They're people with opinions. They're not experts.
The ones who were listened to were wrong.
No.
Sorry, Chairman.
Factual stuff here.
Yeah, well, I'll give you factual stuff.
Costello has a question.
Yeah. Chairman, I'm not worried about experts one way or the other. I'm only interested in if somebody has something valuable to say. And I think Mr Mathews has quite a lot valuable to say to us today. And just going back to the legislation, the NAMA legislation, I remember being involved in the debate, and it went on all night in the last analysis of it. But one of the main, if not the main purpose of that legislation, stated by the Minister, stated in the legislation, was that NAMA would get credit flowing into the economy.
Already?
No, I asked that.
I want over and over and over again.
No, I want to get clarification on this, because I was always of the view that the major function, or one of the major functions, if not the major function of NAMA, was that it would create a flow of credit. And that it was
repeated to us ad nauseum. You're quite right, Deputy Costello.
That it would have the effect of recapitalisation.
The mantra, the propaganda mantra.
It's not just the mantra, it's what the legislation says, and what the Minister wrote into the legislation, and we questioned it and asked about it, but the Minister assured us that that was the case. What you were telling us today is that that may very well not be the case. And that
it was not the case.
Chairman, this is extremely important, because I was always of the understanding that once NAMA was in full flow, which it isn't fully yet, that then we would have a flow of credit into the recapitalisation of the banks and a flow of credit to Irish business. So we could go right through the whole NAMA process without getting a flow of credit into Irish business, because the banks wouldn't be properly recapitalised. Is that what you were saying to us today?
That is an outcome that's very possible and quite probable. And the proof is, the IMF are not, just a careless advisor to the Department of Finance. They said in March 2009 that they could not see how this point that you're making would happen, that credit and liquidity would improve. And the proof is on the combined balance sheet, which all of you deputies got on the 21st of September, hand-delivered to the Dáil, the Senate, electronically delivered to you all, discussed with Brian Lenihan in person on the 6th of November. This shows that the outflow of deposits in the period January 2009 to June 2009 was at a level of over 32 billion, which showed that there wasn't a hope of the probability of the increase in liquidity and credit arising to the Irish economy. Not a hope. And that was even with the state guarantee. Those deposits left the system. And they were shored up by ECB emergency funding and others. They're facts. There's no opinion. And it's very unfair sorry, I'm invited here. It's very unfair of Deputy Andrews to say about experts what he said. Experts who were listened to have let us down. There were lots of experts, or not, I won't say experts, but people with vast experience and qualification who wanted to give. And I, by the way, went to the Department of Finance on the 26th of January 2009. And I said, I have experience in this area. There's going to be loan write-downs of 50 billion across the sector, and I offer you my services humbly, and I assume or presume no seniority in the massive work of reconstruction and recovery. I didn't hear a dicky bird.
Consider that an appalling visit.
I don't wish to have a